welcome to Bronx Tales with your host, Bronx TV, and me. I'm Logan. We are reporting live from the dog park once again. I just was thinking on a couple things, and I wanted to say on Molly McMichael and her recent DoorDash stuff that just came up that everybody knows about, and how she says, "I saw Brian." Mainstream media is reporting. Now, I don't necessarily hear this. Maybe I have to watch it a million times over again to hear it, but so many people are saying that Molly McMichael, the DoorDasher, says, "I saw Brian. I parked next to him." The problem I have with that is when you park next to somebody, that means their vehicle is already there. So if she parked next to him, that means suspect vehicle 1 would have already been there prior to the state's time frame of 4:00 whatever they say this vehicle got there. But Molly McMichael's DoorDash was delivered at 3:59. So that means suspect vehicle 1 would have had to have been there before 3:59, which means either she didn't see him and she didn't park next to him, or that's not suspect vehicle 1. It can't be both. Think about it. If you say, "I parked next to somebody," that means their vehicle is already there. If she was already there and she saw him as suspect vehicle 1 entered the scene, that means she would have had to say, "He parked next to me." But she didn't. She said, "I parked next to him." Along with all of the things that Lana is saying, that according to the state's own documents, Dylan Mortensen is the only person that saw the suspect. I think they should have said a suspect, but regardless, that's not the point. So if there is another eyewitness, that is a Brady violation. According to the state's own documents, Dylan Mortensen was the only person who saw the suspect. There's something fishy going on with this. This is either made up, or it's starting to really show, even though we already knew it, it's really starting to show that suspect vehicle is probably not suspect vehicle. "I parked next to him," is what she says. Means he would have to be there as she pulled up. So suspect vehicle can't be suspect vehicle by their own time frames, by the state's own time frames. It cannot be suspect vehicle then. It can't be both. Either she didn't park next to him, or that's not suspect vehicle. I also wanted to talk about, I'm going to put a clip of it on the screen here and show you this news article that I saw about them looking for the knife. Some gentleman with the last name Jensen is getting people together to look for the knife between Moscow and Pullman, which I find really strange because according to the prosecution, this is the map and the route that Brian Kohlberger would have taken after the homicides were committed. And he goes very south and then goes more west and north rather than going directly to Pullman. So if they do end up recovering a weapon in between Moscow and Pullman, that would be really interesting, because then that would also change Brian Kohlberger's route that the state and prosecution is saying that he took that night. Because I really find it hard to believe that he would have, or any suspect would have, held on to the redrum weapon until they could throw it out of the window in between Pullman and Moscow. Why? That doesn't make any sense, number one. Number two, the state and prosecution is saying that after November 13th, 2022, Brian Kohlberger never went back to Moscow again. So either you have his route wrong after or I guess not after anything. That night you have his route wrong because he went very south. He didn't go straight from Moscow to Pullman. He went very, very south and then up north again to the west. He didn't take a direct route. And the state is saying that he never went back to Moscow again. So why would you be searching from Pullman to Moscow in between that area if, according to the prosecution, he would have never gone that route and wouldn't have got rid of a weapon in that area? I find that really strange. Anyways, really short video. I just wanted to see your guys' faces and say hello from Bronx Tales. We're enjoying the nice weather and sunshine, and I hope you're doing the same. With that, I hope you do something nice for yourself today. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your dog. Bye, guys.